Hello, I'm Junnan Shan. I'm presenting on performance and energy optimized allocation for multi-kernel applications on multi-FPGA platforms. FPGA has been used in many challenging domains, such as driverless cars, drones, and surveillance cameras. By accelerating applications using FPGA, real-time performance can be achieved. Besides, it's energy efficient. However, as the application gets more complex, single FPGA design is obstructed by the limited on-chip resources, so we need to explore the usage of multi-FPGA platforms. Given an application which includes a pool of tasks, they should given certain computational resources in order to execute the complete application. Unfortunately, unlike CPU use operating system, GPU use thread scheduler to allocate the resource at runtime or compilation time. FPGA only has a micro-level resource allocation, which can be done by using high-level synthesis. The global level resource allocation is totally left to the programmer. So our goal is to provide a software-like compilation and deployment environment to use the best available resources. The application task model is shown in the top figure. Convolutional neural networks are perfectly fit in this model. If we globally pipeline the kernels, the timeline trees can be shown in the second figure. The initiation interval is determined by the slowest kernel. In this case, it's kernel 1. We assume the workload of the applications are arbitrarily parallelizable. By increasing nk copies of kernel k, the execution time can be reduced by a factor of nk. The nk copies of kernel k are called compute units, which are executed concurrently, shown in the following block diagram. Optimize the number of CUs of each kernel, the initiation interval gets optimized as shown in the last graph. Our target platform is Amazon Web Service F1 instance, which includes the CPUs and 8 FPGAs. They are communicated through a PCI Express interface. The kernels are controlled by the CPU. The first figure shows the input data are sent to each FPGA by CPU, while the second figure shows that the output data are collected by the CPU and getting ready to send them to the next stage. We model the performance optimized model using available FPGA resource constraints, the kernel's characterization as the input. The goal is to minimize the total runtime, which includes the data transfer time between host and FPGA and the kernel execution time. We use a mixed integer nonlinear programming solver to solve the model and also developed a heuristic method to improve the efficiency. We use 5 different convolutional neural networks to test our model. It can be seen in Figure 8 that when the application has relatively less kernels, the MinLP and heuristic solution are exactly the same, which prove the effectiveness of our heuristic. However, when the problem size increases, as you can see in Figure C to E, the heuristic methods are much better. It's worth mentioning that our heuristic method is hundreds of times faster than the MinLP solution. Similar to the performance-optimized allocation model, the energy-optimized allocation model tried to minimize the total power consumption under the execution time and FPGA resource limits. The figure shows the design flow to get the power-optimal FPGA configuration. Like the performance-optimized model, it also can be solved using a MinLP solver. The results are shown in the figure. The MinLP solver can provide an optimal allocation of each kernel in order to minimize the total power consumption. We also compared our solution with another 3 methods: frequency scaling, clock gating, and the replication. Our solution always provides better solution. However, the drawback of using MinLP solver is that it takes dozens of hours to find an optimal solution. Due to this problem, now I'm working on the heuristic of the energy optimized model so we can find the optimal or near optimal solution more efficiently. Thank you.